Hello there everybody, this is your favorite react channel Speckblocklime here with another video reaction for all of you today. So the video we're going to do today is the second part of the video we're doing, which is Swoozy, the channel from the channel Swoozy, and their video is Guard the Babysitter, part 2. So anyways, so it's obviously going to be a continuation of the last video, where I left off about babysitting some kids, craziness about he's a worker, but it's not his job, and then out of nowhere, the mom of kids convinces, the workers to let him babysit because the kids really like him. And well, let's just see. I don't want to tell the story more because I'm sure Susie will tell it better. Maybe he'll do a recap. I just wanted to say just a little bit about it. So anyways, let's get on to the video and not get distracted. Here we go.
So in the last story, we left off, we're bouncing back and forth between the bed, and everybody's having a good old time. Me and the three kids, we're just all taking turns jumping back and
Notice
forth
that I'm sure we recorded it in the day or at some point, and the audio sounds a little better. Not that the first one was, okay, it was not great, but at least you could understand it.
So you saw whenever the Magic would foul Kobe or somebody, and they would flop all over the place like they just got hit by a bus. We're bouncing back and forth on the beds, and everybody's having a good old time, but I guess Carson, the youngest of the three, starts getting bored. So what does he do? He decides to throw himself, like Laker style, into the wall. Like I saw this. His brother saw this. He bounces from one bed to the other one and doesn't stop. He takes an extra bounce and propels himself into the wall.
That is not good.
Now, this wasn't just a normal wall plant because he didn't try to stop himself. He lunged head first, and guess what he tried to break his momentum with? Yes, his teeth. Threw himself teeth first into the wall. And again, I had to break out my expert ninja babysitter skills. So
all right, what are you going to do?
He's about to start crying, right? So I'm just like, okay, think super fast. Thank goodness I had my super long socks on, because this trick that I'm about to tell you guys would not work with just regular short socks. That's it. You're in violation of code 59799. And I grab him as he's getting ready to start crying. I throw him on the bed. I flip him face down onto the bed, and I take off one of my long socks, and I start handcuffing him. This is the only trick I've found that will work when the kid is about to start crying, that you can do to totally just flip it around and make it some big game. It's all psychological. What are you doing, AT? Stop. Hey, what? I didn't do anything, AT. I'm like, yes, you did. I saw what you did. That's it. Listen, we're in a strictly bounce zone, and you did a face plant to that wall. You're in total violation.
He's trying to be taking initiative to make sure that the kid doesn't feel bad about what happened.
Now. So his brothers are dying laughing. He starts laughing. So I'm just like, okay, dodged another bullet. Now I'm starting to think, maybe this whole elaborate babysitting thing was a scheme to get me fired.
Come on.
In the history of Hard Rock, they have never let a lifeguard babysit guests.
I mean, well, okay, I'm not going to say it's crazy. That's kind of mean the way they say that.
All right, so I go to uncuff him, and I'm like, all right, listen, I'm going to uncuff you on one condition. No more physical stuff. No more throwing yourself into walls. We're going to play a nice, cool, calm game of Uno. What I didn't tell you guys is when he threw his face into the wall, I was scared half to death.
Oof.
A lot of stuff flashed through my head when I saw that happen. So we're all sitting in a circle on the bed, and we're all playing the slowest paced Uno game there is. As soon as the youngest one looks like he's about to do anything, I'm like, hey, what are you about to do? What are you doing? What are you doing? So he's sitting on the foot of the bed, and we're all in a circle, and we're all playing, and then out of the blue random, this kid is saying, no exaggeration, I'm going to show you guys what he does, right? We're sitting there with our cards, right? And he's sitting there. Right?
All right.
And he does one of these.
That's why babysitting is just crazy.
Backwards.
Because not because well, I'm not saying it's terrible, but
though. So he's on the edge.
Worrying about this kid they're taking care of. You're like, ooh.
Backwards, off the bed, and he even like coils forward before he does it. Now all I'm looking at is the empty spot on the bed where he used to be, and he's gone. Like. I'm like, this kid is dead. He just snapped his spine. I don't hear a sound. I don't see him. I don't hear anything. I had
kids doing the random stuff.
Get out of sticky situation cards on the first two. I had never seen anything like that. Like, this kid was suicidal. Where do you come up with that? Like, this kid was literally freestyling at this point. Like, he was just either trying to get me in trouble or just
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep things interesting. I don't know what this kid's problem was, but for whatever reason, he got up unfazed. He wasn't crying. I guess he was trying. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Oh
So
no.
basically, what I take it upon myself to do is grab this kid like bear hug style,
Mm-hmm.
sit down on the chair in the corner with him on my lap, and I'm just like this now. Okay, I'm not letting this kid out
I
of my
mean, yeah,
grasp.
understandable.
And his other two brothers, they're free to do whatever they want to do. Like, those
Because they're
guys
not
are
being as
free to
crazy as
work
the
the
little
entire
brother.
night. So I'm sitting there with this kid in my lap, and guess what happens next? I do the one thing you should never do as a babysitter.
Oh, don't.
I fall asleep. Yes, some of you guys. I heard you guys. I heard some of you guys say that. I fell asleep. One minute I'm sitting there with the kid like this, and the next minute the dad is poking me, and I wake up. I'm like, and I
Uh-oh.
literally, when I woke up, one, I didn't even know I fell asleep. So when I woke up, I had no idea where I was at. So the dad's
Uh-oh.
poking me. He's like, AT, AT, AT. And I wake up like, yes, yes. And, not once I realize what's going on, I try to act like, everything's cool. I just fell asleep. I have no idea what time it is, how long I was out. The kid was still on my lap, so that looked good. So I'm laying
All
with the
right,
little
so at
kid
least
here
that
like he's my
the
own.
main
I'm like,
kid that
yes.
you had issues, you're like,
Kiss
yeah.
him on the forehead. Yes, there you go. I look quickly at the two other kids, and they're both sound asleep.
All
So
right, you
I
gotta
get
look
down. I'm
right
like,
there.
yes, yes. I'm like,
Crazy story. I know I'm not
how
talking too
was
much,
how was
but it's
how
because
was the dad's like, oh
I'm
man,
trying to listen to the story, and
look at these guys. Look at
it's
them.
crazy though.
Look at them.
You got lucky right
They're
there.
never asleep this early. And look, dude, how did you do this? You're a magic man. You're magical. How did you do this? Oh my God! Look at the littlest one. He's sleeping. He's sleeping in your lap. So he walks me to the door, and the mom's like, "Oh my gosh! Every time we come back here, we're gonna request you to do this. Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm totally down. I'm so down for next time." And I get to the door. He opens the door, reaches into his pocket, flips out like 50s, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, here. And I don't count it. I just take the wad of 50s, and I'm just like, oh, you guys are awesome.
Oh
Door
damn.
closes. I walk and I start counting the money. $400.
Oof.
And then I start thinking like, okay, well, I hope they don't start inspecting this kid's head. They'll probably start seeing all these welts and
So
bruises
like
all over the back
850s.
of his
Ooh, that's
neck and on his
cool.
scalp. AT was beating our kids with baseball bats. When the family goes to leave the next day, I'm working. They come outside and they're like, AT, thanks so much. You were awesome. We are definitely going to tell Mark. We're going to write a letter to Mark and let him know you were so awesome and this and this and this. They left. Everything's
That's
cool. I'm on
great.
top of the slide.
You
And I'm
know,
sitting there thinking to myself,
the
like,
things worked
I
out that way.
made 2 weeks worth of pay, tax
Wow.
free, in one night. That's crazy. This is crazy. I work out my entire shift, and it's nighttime now, and I'm
All
on
right.
top of the slide. We're about to close, and these two older women come up, and they walk over to my side, and they're like, "Well, hello, AT." And I've never seen these ladies before, but when you're playing with everybody's
Huh.
kids, your name gets circulated. So I'm like, "Well, hello, ladies." And they're like, "What are you doing up here all by yourself?" I'm like, "Chilling, getting off of work here in a second." And they're like, "So, you want to hang out with us tonight?" I'm like, "You and your kids?" And they're like, "No, no, our kids are at home."
Oh.
Well, what do you mean your kids are at home? This is the part where you ask me to babysit your kids, ladies. Oh, so your kids are not here. You
Oh.
girls are alone. It's just us two in the same room, seventh floor, club level. What time do you get off? Um, in like 10 minutes. They look at each other and then look back at me. You want to come up? And I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, that's the end of the story.
Oh no. Somehow, some weird story part still happened at the end where he's like, "Oh no."
I didn't go up to the room, by the way. Come on, guys. Come on now.
He had to come back to make sure that we know. Like, yeah, I did nothing. I did nothing. All right, all right. Well, that was an interesting video. Oh wait, hold on. Let me just make sure this is working correctly. All right. Anyways, that was an interesting video. The second part, I liked it. It was funny. It made it, the story more interesting. Hold on. Making sure this is working fine. Yeah. Okay. All right, sorry, I got distracted for a second. I was making sure this was working. I thought something was wrong. Okay, anyways, yeah, I liked it. The story was interesting. His one of his moments of his life. And in case you're asking why I didn't talk too much, it's not that I don't like. I was hearing comments like because it was crazy and interesting. It's just sometimes with some stories I get so entrapped that I still react and I'll be like, whoa, or what? But I'm not gonna if it's there's certain things like someone's life, I can't predict their life, so it's obviously I'm just gonna comment where I can. But I liked it. The story was interesting. It was funny. It's crazy. Oof, the thing he went through. Yeah, but it worked out a little bit at the end. And then but he still had to come at the funny part at the end. Yeah, okay, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna make sure that the video is down there, link below. Obviously the channel too, because I want to give them credit. I always like to try to let the video play at the end, and I always try to like to give credit to the person that worked on the video and all that stuff. Anyone else. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you get notified about future videos. I'll try to put a link down below to social media or anything else we're working on. This is Speckblocklime. Hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves, you're good. Hey, who knows what interesting things you're gonna go with through. Obviously nothing so super crazy. Hey, make it still be interesting though. Take care of yourselves. See you guys next time.